Hello there, I'm Tommy, welcome to Blitz Transmissions, and in today's video, it is the week of Thanksgiving. As of the release of this video, it is the day before Thanksgiving, so I kind of wanted to take some time and be thankful for Star Wars. There is a lot of negativity in the Star Wars fandom right now, and Star Wars fans have honestly been famously negative towards the franchise for decades now, ever since the prequel trilogy came out. I myself, I've been in with Star Wars for as long as I can possibly remember. I grew up as a prequel kid. I grew up with the 2003 Clone Wars micro series. Some of my fondest memories were watching the Kamino and Geonosis sections of Episode 2 Attack of the Clones with my dad, and watching Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. And obviously later on, the 2008 Clone Wars series, watching that on Friday nights with my dad on Cartoon Network, week to week, was a highlight of my childhood and really built upon my love for the Clone Wars era. Star Wars has really helped me to build a lot of relationships in my life, and through this franchise, I have built some of the most positive and constructive relationships I've ever had. The first one I really want to shout out is my lifelong relationship with my dad. My dad and I have had this shared fanatical interest over Star Wars that has really helped us to build a really strong relationship throughout my life. My dad was a Star Wars collector since before I was born, and if you couldn't tell from what's behind me, that gene definitely passed down. It's a shared interest that we have, and we get to do things like go to toy shows and conventions together and share that joy and excitement. My dad and I also got to spend a lot of quality time together building costumes together for the 501st Costuming Legion, the non-profit Star Wars costuming group. And that's where I built my Arc Commander Blitz costume, the character that is now the mascot of this channel. My dad and I have had some awesome experiences building the costumes, trooping together, traveling together. It's just been a lot of fun, and I only have Star Wars to thank for it. My dad and I have spent countless hours sitting down watching Star Wars shows together, whether it be the 2008 Clone Wars or watching some of the newer movies at the theaters over the years. It's been a lot of fun. Whether or not we liked everything that we've watched together, it's still been an awesome experience and tradition even for us to sit down and watch Star Wars together. My fiance Jen and I have also built a huge shared interest over Star Wars. Jen has appeared several times on the Blitzcast, and we've watched almost the entirety of the Star Wars canon timeline together. It's been a great shared interest for us, and it's really helped us to spend some quality time together with something that we both enjoy. I can also give a quick shout out to my brother Logan, who has also appeared on the Blitzcast a time or two. I've really enjoyed watching his love for Star Wars grow and develop as he has grown up, and it's been a lot of fun to have more intelligent conversations with him as he gets older. Hard to say that he's actually intelligent sometimes, but he is capable of it. And then of course there are all the interpersonal relationships I've built with so many friends along the way through this YouTube channel, through the collecting hobby, through the costuming hobby. Star Wars has just given me so many different avenues to build so many different relationships. For example, almost every guy that's in my wedding party for my wedding coming up is someone that I met through the collecting hobby and through YouTube. And all of it came from Star Wars. All of it came so organically. These guys are my best friends, and we have had the best laughs, the deepest conversations, and I appreciate every single one of them ever so deeply, and I have Star Wars to thank for that. The collecting hobby has been something that's been a passion of mine as an adult pretty much since I was a freshman in college. Obviously, as I've gotten older, as I've graduated from college, I've been able to ramp up the volume of what I collect. But again, that hobby has always been an ever-present source of positive and constructive energy for me. Taking the time to curate a Star Wars room and figure out how you want to display things, how you want to move things around, it's just so much fun, and it's such a passion of mine, and it's a huge part of this YouTube channel. And again, there's no other franchise that I feel like I would be so interested in the collecting aspect as it is with Star Wars, because for Star Wars, collecting is such an integral part of this franchise. So I really appreciate that I can enjoy the media that I'm watching on TV, and then also have the physical media being the action figures to display and to pose up, review, things like that. Some of the best feelings when you're collecting are seeing some of those action figures that you had when you were a kid and being like, I can't pass up on this. And just having those memories as a kid rushing back to you when you get to hold that product in your hands, whether it be at a toy show, a convention, you name it. The costuming aspect of Star Wars is also something that I'm really thankful for. I kind of mentioned my dad and I have built and trooped in costumes for the 501st Legion. One of my favorite parts of trooping is seeing kids' faces light up when they see clone troopers troopers, stormtroopers, Darth Vader, you name it, walking down that hallway, walking into that arena, and just getting those pictures. I've had kids come up to me and ask for autographs from ARC Commander Blitz. Never did I think that 15 years after the Clone Wars show came out, that kids would know the name ARC Commander Blitz. Such an obscure clone trooper, yet I've had several times over kids come up to me and ask for my autograph. It is one of the greatest feelings in the world to see those kids light up and to talk to you, and they believe you're actually the character. It is one of the best feelings in the world, and I have to thank Star Wars for that. Star Wars has also been really integral in my life in teaching me life lessons. I have used some life lessons from Star Wars movies and shows that have carried on with me to this day, lessons that I'm going to teach my kids, advice that I give to other people based on my life experience. There are two in particular that have really stuck with me over the years, one being the character of Captain Rex. Captain Rex was always a favorite of mine ever since I first saw him on the big screen when I went to the theater with my dad, my sister, and my cousin to watch the Clone Wars movie back in 2008. A lot of the lessons that Captain Rex learns in the Clone Wars show have to do with being an individual, being a leader, but also doing what's best for the people around you. Realizing that you have to make the calls that are best for those around you, even if they're some of the most difficult calls to make. What I've learned from Captain Rex is that doing what you're told isn't always what's right. And sometimes it takes a lot of thinking and a lot of consideration to make the best decision for yourself and for the people around you. Whether it's in my job or in my home life, that's something that I carry with me every single day. So much so that I did get Captain Rex's J guys tattooed on my left shoulder. Another one that really has stuck with me over the years is, believe it or not, Luke Skywalker's character in Episode 8, The Last Jedi. As everybody has in their young adult life, I've been through some highs and lows, and in those lowest moments, it was actually Luke Skywalker's story in Episode 8, The Last Jedi, that stuck out to me and has stayed with me. Through Luke's story in that movie, you learn that even your heroes who you think are perfect are fallible. Those heroes can fail. Those heroes can make the worst mistakes, but no one is ever at a point where they can't get up from those mistakes and face their fears, face everything that they have feared to lose. And ultimately, seeing Luke do that in The Last Jedi has always been a really powerful moment to me and has stuck with me. Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy is the infallible good, and seeing him fail and come back from that even more powerful than he's ever been before in The Last Jedi is a powerful moment for me, and it was a great life lesson. I myself am a perfectionist. I'm extremely detail-oriented, and learning that lesson from Luke is something that has really helped me to humble myself and to stay focused on the end goal. Even if I fail, even if I slip up 1,000 times, it doesn't matter. I can get up and I can go again. And of course, with Star Wars, there's all the childhood memories that I have to thank the franchise for. Whether it was playing with my action figures, my galactic heroes, my Legos, anything that had to do with Star Wars, even the interchangeable clone blaster from the 2000s, those were my favorite toys to play with. I would play for endless hours creating scenarios in my head, just going over different battles, going over different storylines. Those memories I will cherish forever. There's just been so much positive in my life that's come from Star Wars, and I really can't think of another franchise that has brought me so much joy and so much positive energy, and I really have to take a moment and step back and thank Star Wars for that. So as we Americans go into Thanksgiving this week, make sure to give thanks to those who are around you and give thanks to all of the blessings and privileges that we have here in the United States. So with that, I hope you guys have an awesome Thanksgiving. I myself am going to be gorging on Thanksgiving food for probably 2 days straight, so I'm very excited for that. Let me know what you guys are thankful for when it comes to Star Wars in the comments down below. I would love to hear from and talk to you guys in the comments. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure to subscribe to Blitz Transmissions. I've got awesome Star Wars content coming out all the time. Make sure to check out my social media, all of which is linked in the description below. That's going to be all for this video, guys. I'll catch you for the next one, and may the Force be with you.